This with the Lovely Podcast and IntellectualRadio.com. And today I have my lovely co-host, Money Minded, Toya Capri. Unfortunately, our man is not in the building today. He is so busy running these streets that he had time for us today. And last but not least, I will go into a much better introduction for our lovely guest, my girlfriend, Miss Camesha Holmes. So eventually we will get to her and y'all will get to learn about who Camesha Holmes is. So with that being said, I do want to thank all of our sponsors, our viewers, and also our last week's guest, in which I did not get a chance to do a promo video for our guests. So I do apologize and I want to make sure I give them a shout out and I'm gonna have to come up with a promo video for them to advertise whatever it is that they have going on at the Blue Note. They were the managers. Now the new managers at the Blue Note, located in Broadview, by the name of Lakeisha Hightower and Dina Pickett. So y'all got a video promo coming from me, just so y'all know. Toya, so last week I would say you was in these streets, but you was in
I was in the Jamaican streets.
Oh,
man, take me back. A week ago today, I was touched down. Basically, it's beautiful over there. It's
well, I
really
saw you on that boat, so that means you got that lotion rubbed all on your kneecaps and thighs. But you ain't show us that picture. So what happened?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Stella got her groove back.
Right.
I'm just playing. But no, it was very relaxing. And they said Lotto was there. I didn't see her, but she supposedly was in passing when we were on our way coming. She was on her way leaving.
Okay.
But it was a really nice time.
Would you have known who she was if you saw her, or somebody would have to say,
know
"Girl, that's Lotto"?
I know who she is to look at, but people look a little different.
Yeah.
Outside of all the glitz and glamour, so I may not have known who she was.
Yeah.
I probably did see her.
Because a lot of these new artists, I don't be knowing. Like I could watch an award show and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Mind you, I've been an artist before, but I'd be completely lost.
Yeah.
Who's who? But I do know who Lotto is.
I'm youthful, so I know
act old
a little about the young folks.
And my girl Camesha last week was in New Orleans. Was that last week or week before last?
Week before.
2 weeks
ago,
well,
yeah.
y'all out here in these streets.
Yeah, celebrating my birthday, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, what did you do in New Orleans?
So we go every year for my birthday.
Okay.
To eat. Honey, to eat, because I'm not real big on Bourbon Street anymore. Usually when you first go, that's the big deal, Bourbon Street. But I'm past that part. I'm there for that food.
Now, have anything changed since Hurricane Katrina? Yeah, because
since Hurricane Katrina, so much has changed. But we had an incident a month and a half ago.
Oh, right.
Yeah, now that I felt the heaviness of that being on that street.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So it did affect Bourbon Street at that point.
People got killed.
Yeah.
On the block, we taking pictures, standing around partying on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guy turned down that block and ran people, innocent people.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes. Oh,
yeah, and then
I did remember that.
And started shooting and stuff. But yeah,
absolutely. How could I forget that?
Mm-hmm. However, when we just were there, the good news, they did have barriers.
Okay.
Had they had that prior,
I was going to say just from that experience.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
They said that the barriers something was wrong when they were damaged, and the city had been waiting to fix them.
Okay.
And they hadn't got a chance to. So what happened.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yep.
Well, now there's got to be, put into consideration for every large event,
certainly,
no matter where it's at nowadays. So, So about yesterday, there was a shooting at Chicago O'Hare.
Yeah.
A fight broke out, and they ended up shooting. And that's actually the terminal that I just did an event at O'Hare, and that's where I was bringing in the merchandise. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So it was in the actual terminal.
It was outside of Terminal 2.
Okay. Yeah, like they got
the video
in the hallway or
where
something.
They're passing. They're outside. Clown.
Some young people, and I think about two people got injured.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Any what about any hot topics for you?
What's hot topic? Oh, caught me off guard. I don't know.
Well, of course, we're celebrating National Women's Month. History
You're right.
Month, so
you're right about that.
Yeah.
So you've been celebrating all month for both. Yeah.
Both.
I got to get somewhere.
You
can
do.
still get a
Yes,
whole lot of
I
days
gotta get
left,
somewhere
girl.
the next week or so. So I
Yes.
don't know if I'm gonna have to go to Wisconsin or something to feel like I done went somewhere, but I got to do something before the end of March.
I'm telling you, traveling just takes you to a whole nother place. And it don't have to be anything extravagant, honestly. It's just
This is true.
decompressing, getting away from the normal day to day. And for me, it was just beautiful. The weather was beautiful. I mean, even the spurts where it rained a little bit, it just literally like sprinkled, and the next 5 minutes it was back sunny and warm and beautiful, and the people are so amazing. They're just I mean, the tourists,
I was told that about
they depend a lot on the tourist income, and it's a pleasure for them. It's actually an honor for them to have a job in hospitality. So, with that in mind, knowing that how much people depending on it, I try my best to really tip well so that, I can make my contribution to society in some way, in different ways. So, yeah.
Right.
Good time.
What part of Jamaica?
We were in Negril and
Oh.
also in Montego Bay. We were at the Princess Hotel and Resort. It's a new resort there. It's been up and running for 6 months. But believe it or not, like I was assuming that with it being newer, that they may have had some things to hash through or work through. Amazing. Everything was just amazing, top to bottom. They were very, all of the people were very concerned about the level of service they were giving. So again, I really enjoyed myself.
Good. Well, I'm glad y'all both
Yeah.
got a chance to enjoy yourselves, especially just taking a vacation, a
Met
break
me a
from work.
husband.
You got a demanding job.
I
You
got a
said you found your husband.
Yeah.
Girl, back.
You go, girl.
And shout out to Mr. Kevin Holmes. You can call at any given time before
My Sugarfoot.
Oh,
8 o'clock
My
today.
Sugarfoot.
Yes. So this past week you attended a Leaders Network event
Yeah.
in which you ended up being spotlighted on Channel 7. I know you weren't intended on that, but
Yep, that was
it
that-
happens.
it
You was in the
yesterday?
right place at the right time.
Today, Thursday, Tuesday.
Okay.
Yep, Tuesday. Tuesday. So my pastor reached out to me, Reverend Ira Ackery of Greater St. John Bible Church, reached out to me and he asked, how would I feel about showing up for the Leaders Network monthly meeting, highlighting businesses and talking a little bit about being intentional with supporting each other. And this one of the keynote speakers was Yusuf Jackson, Reverend Jesse Jackson's son.
Yeah.
And so I spoke a little bit about being in business and being intentional about us supporting one another.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Did they discuss anything regarding the DEI cuts?
That's
at
what
all?
we definitely talked about.
Okay.
That. That's what we're talking about everywhere right now. And again, the word intentional. Going to keep using it because we have to be intentional without hesitation. We have to support one another. It is important. It is. Other than that, it's going to be a whole lot of boarded up storefronts.
Yeah, and it is. It already is.
I know because so many online stores are easier to access. So there's no need for my small business as much as it used to be. So I'm fighting to stay open.
All right, we
And that's
keep you
being
open.
honest.
Yeah.
That's being honest. I am literally hanging in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're making it happen.
I am. And it's still fun to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it's no longer fun, I got to let it go. But as long as I'm having a good time still, and I still am, I'm going to hang in
And
there.
I know you are a big shopper. I'm not as bad as you. I'm a shopper too, but I don't think I'm as bad as you.
Okay, now Z.
So have you been participating in any of the
I've been doing
boycotts
wonderful.
Yeah, you've been doing.
I slipped up last week, and I'm gonna blame it on my husband because he did it. I made him do it. Bought something off of Amazon.
Okay.
And that's gonna be very hard. And we discussed that on Tuesday too. Some of these places are gonna be hard for us to fall back from.
Okay.
Amazon is a major online shopping.
Now, what do you think about like when we put up these dates of when we're not going to shop at these places? Say, for example, we're going to say the 7th, March 7th. Y'all not supposed to be shopping, but March 1st through the 6th. Everybody trying to put it in
Okay,
Amazon orders. So I'm
great.
like,
That is so great, Z, because I
a good
mentioned that.
thing.
No, what you're saying, you mentioning that
It defeats the purpose
it
of the
defeats.
boycott.
It's not that exactly. It needs to become a movement.
Yeah.
One day is just, oh, that was cool. We did it. But to Target, Amazon,
Yeah.
one day is nothing. Especially if we got the stuff in your cart to go buy the next day.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm not really an online shopper like that. Believe it or not, I like going into
me too.
mom and pop
I like to touch my
thrift
stuff and try it
and
on.
boutiques and things of that nature. But I have not been a big online person, and
see, this was bigger than online. This was going
Yeah.
outside too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it was only one day.
I
One
know.
day is not going to do it. We have to do this every week. We got to start out. One day was a great start.
Yeah.
But it
It
needs
just
to
go to
become
show how much we
a
shop.
monthly thing, and then it needs to become a weekly thing, and then
Yeah.
it needs to become the thing.
And we can save some money at the end of the day because we spend so much money.
We do.
I know I do.
Unnecessary.
Do.
Yeah.
But it was I agree with your point for sure. There was some impact though to Target, Amazon because of that one day, right?
Yeah.
And it's
I heard
to your
it
point,
was
for it to be more
deserted in
substantial.
Target.
Yeah, for it to be more substantial and memorable and get true results, I think you do have to not think, you do have to make a statement, and it has to be us being unified. And to me, honestly speaking, you can redirect those people or people that normally shop online like that to the smaller businesses so that you all can reap the benefits of that. So I don't know. They got a monopoly going.
Yeah.
And it's hard to break free from that. But if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
That's right.
So,
absolutely. And shout out to our brown and Black businesses that did get support during those times that we were boycotting. Before I forget, because I almost forgot to announce our sponsors, because we got 50 of them. So give me about 30 minutes, y'all. Shout out to the Red Door, located at 1519 Roosevelt Road in Broadview. We also have The View, located at 1701 Roosevelt Road in Broadview. They have special nights. On Monday is movie night and comedy night, as well as an open mic. Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. Wednesdays, they have live music. Thursday is industry night. Friday, happy hour dinner. And Saturday and Sunday is their brunches. So make sure y'all check them out. Shout out to Viola Shy, located at 1516 Roosevelt Road. Y'all already know what that is. That's the weed stove. Say hi. The Blue Note, located 1715 Roosevelt Road. It looks like our musty man and got himself involved with a single and mingle date party. So he will be one of the hosts. What day is this? March 16th on Sunday. Doors open at 2 up until 6 o'clock. I think before they did something like a speed dating.
They did. Yeah. I didn't go, but
you can't do that, so don't worry about it.
My daughter does. She hosts those.
Really?
Oh, cool.
And she young.
Yeah, she's been hosting speed dating events for a while.
I would love to see how the young folks interact without the cell phones and social media and all that. So that's pretty dope.
Sounds fun.
Stacy's Cafe, located 845 Manheim Road in Bellwood. We also have Kelly Clifton Tax Service. She is located at the Westbrook Corporate Center on the 3rd floor in Oakbrook. She offers numerous services, some being business taxes, personal taxes, LLC applications, EIN applications, notary, and PHI protection, which I do not know what that is. So make sure y'all call Miss KMC Tax Prep Inc. So you can ask questions. And last but not least, we got Johnny Vaughn, JNV Transportation Services. He offers transportation services for grocery runs, sporting entertainment events, casino, church and church shuttle services, and family outings and more. And that's it. That's all. That's a mouthful.
That was.
But hey, we got to show love to the folks that pay the bills around here. So that's what it is. But with that being said, we're gonna start our show. Introducing my beautiful friend, in which I ended up meeting, coming in as a customer. I think that's how we met.
Yeah, I just
She,
want. We've been
she
knowing each other all
thing
my
is, she
life.
got too many friends,
So I just
and
say all
luckily
my
I ain't no
life.
jealous friend, cause boy, she got too many of them. Gotta have a strong soul to deal with this with here. But yes, we met. I came in as a customer. I also, I think I talked to her about possibly opening up a
Yeah.
business. She gave me a lot of great advice at the time, and before I knew it, I was open myself. And she has been supportive since then. I feel like we both support each other.
Mhm.
You got something going on, I'm definitely
Yeah.
there. Same thing, vice versa. She's there for me, very supportive. But with that being said, Miss Camesha Holmes, Camesha Shantae on Facebook. So
Thank you.
please,
Thank you for having
we want you to
me.
tell us about yourself, and that could be anything, including your background, your
Mhm.
family, your education, anything you want to tell us about who Camesha is. We want to hear about it. And you got a lot of followers, so people are looking forward to hearing your story.
Well, my name is Camesha. I am the owner, the proud owner of Personalities Boutique, located in Oak Park at 315 and a half West Madison Street. I am the wife to Kevin Holmes. We will be celebrating 24 years in June.
Okay, don't call yet, Kevin.
Kevin, go ahead and call. Ow! We share a 28-year-old daughter.
Okay.
And we had a first son. He passed away 3 weeks ago. 16 years. Let's see.
And tell them now which son.
My fur baby.
Yes,
Oh,
her
okay.
fur
Yeah,
baby.
my
She was
fur
a
baby.
dog mom.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, my fur
And
baby.
she spoiled that dog. The dog was in outfits.
Yeah,
And
every day
I've
of
never
his
seen a
life
dog
for
that allow
16
you to put an
years.
outfit on.
He like, let's do this.
16
Yeah.
years. Yeah. Yeah. I personalities. Personalities is 18 years old. However, I've been in my brick and mortar coming up on 15 years.
Okay.
I come from the classroom. A lot of people know that, but a lot of people don't know that. They just know me as
Right.
Camesha from the boutique. But I started out teaching. I actually
Okay.
was my daughter's teacher.
Oh wow.
Yeah, for a little while. But when she went to high school, she said, "Mama, please don't come be my teacher over at my high school."
Now, were there certain grades that you taught
I
or
taught,
subjects?
so I've subbed for all grades. I actually introduced a class to Marshall High School, a money
Okay.
management course
Okay.
that is still relevant today. At
Okay.
Marshall High School, yeah,
Now, were you a fun substitute teacher? You know how you used to
I
get them
think
them
so.
teachers you'll see, and
Yeah.
you'd be like, "Oh, Miss
I think
Holmes here,"
so.
or
They
it was
still
like, "Oh,
love
here come
me.
this lady."
No, they love me.
They
They
love
love
you.
me, and I love them. I love them all. I love them all. I see them today. They grown in college, out of college, married with children.
Yeah.
So I'm so proud of them. But yeah, I was fun. It was good seeing me coming. I think
Okay.
the only thing being younger, the young boys, I
Yeah.
had to
Oh.
gain the respect. Hey, I'm the teacher, not
Right.
Yeah. They
not
are
the
managed.
not
Child.
the
Yeah.
cute lady.
Yeah.
I'm not your age. I'm old enough for your mama. Yeah, that's it.
Those,
Other
see,
than
those are
that,
the real teachers.
yeah.
Yes.
Some teachers fall victim
They'll be
and
like,
they entertain
so
that
you think
stuff,
I'm
because
cute?
they think
Oh,
it's cute
okay.
No, these
to be
these
complimented
kids,
by somebody
they
young.
my
Right.
daughter's age. No.
Right. No
Mhm.
way. Yeah. So tell us about your transition into the retail industry, coming from being a teacher. I know you did tell me there was a background, a
Mhm.
reason of why you ended up in the retail industry.
So I started in the retail industry long time ago as a celebrity stylist, working with a few celebrities, getting them dressed, ready for shows or what have you. And I still do that. But I found out that I had something going on with my health
Okay.
that took me away from the classroom for a little while. And I thought I was going back. So I was on sick leave for a while.
Hmm.
And while at home on sick leave, I said, okay, I got to go ahead and carry out my passion. This would be a great time to go ahead and get my brick and mortar. I was already selling handbags and jewelry
Hmm.
from home. So I had a clientele, and that was good for me to build a clientele before I went out there and just got a brick and mortar and say, hey, everybody come support me.
Yeah.
I got a chance to experience it at home, build a clientele, and that worked perfect for me when it was time to open my brick and mortar because they were ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I opened brick and mortar while I was on sick leave, and I have not returned to the actual classroom. However, I still tutor.
Okay.
Yeah, I still tutor.
Now, what grades, what subjects do you, because I'm going to have to send my daughter on over there.
Right.
So I taught psychology, sign language. I proctored the GED test.
Okay.
Tutoring. Right now, I only have room for first through fourth grade.
Okay.
All subjects, mainly math, reading, language arts. That's usually what the students are struggling with.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that grade,
Yeah,
in those
math
grade
and
levels.
science, too.
And reading.
Yeah.
A lot of them, because they're ashamed to read out loud and stuff like that, so they struggle with that. And,
Yeah.
at that age group. Yeah.
Which is so difficult to try to help these kids now with their homework, because I'd be looking
Oh,
like,
it is. Even for me.
Yes.
now why you weren't paying attention when this
Right.
teacher was teaching
Mad
you
at them
this?
because you
I
can't help
should have
them.
been there with the teacher.
I be mad, like,
Right.
why you not gonna
Because
pay
the way
attention?
we learn 1 + 1.
Right.
1
Right.
plus 1 equals 2. They're doing it a whole nother way now.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It
Absolutely.
It makes
Yeah.
no sense.
To get to 2 is Jesus. They need a whole sheet of paper.
Yes.
To come up with
I'm
2
like, I can't help
for
you,
1
son.
+ 1.
Absolutely. Now, what are some of the challenges you face as an entrepreneur during coming from the pandemic and now with the economy being the way that it is? What are some of the challenges that
Great
you
question.
have faced and are facing now to this day?
And you started with the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say the pandemic for me, while we were at home, depressed and wondering when we could come back outside, while we were at home like that, I was having my best time ever in business.
Yeah, a lot of
That
people.
was the best of all the years I've been open. Those months in the house were my best months in business.
Mhm.
I did better than ever. And I think it's because one, we started going live.
Yeah.
That was our way to entertain each other. We got to find something to do to stay relevant.
Mhm.
And women were so excited and ready to go back outside
Yeah.
that we were planning for it
Yeah.
in advance.
Getting their outfits
So we
together.
wanted our purses, we wanted our jewelry for whenever we
You got
gonna go back
outside.
outside. I want to be ready.
Yeah.
And I had women shopping all day, every day,
Yeah.
and we couldn't do nothing but wear our gown.
Yes.
I had on my
Not the muumuu.
caftan. I had on my caftan
Yeah.
for almost 3.5, 4 months, and my reading glasses. But women were calling left and right. I was going live. I met so many amazing women during the pandemic. Some of my closest girlfriends right now I met while we were in the pandemic going live.
Oh wow.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
what's up.
Yeah, but again, that was my best time in business. However, things have changed in a big way since then. Over the last 2 years,
Mhm.
business for me is not near the same. And again, I mentioned earlier, because of these online stores,
Yeah.
it's convenient. You don't have to go nowhere. Your stuff come to your door. It's $1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, I'm being honest.
Yeah.
And some stuff that used to be hard to get is so easy to get and
Mhm.
so much
I
cheaper.
still don't get it because I'm
I'm a
about quality.
shopper and I
I'm
like
about
quality
quality.
and I like stuff that lasts a long time.
Yeah.
But that comes with age too.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to keep buying stuff every week to go to a
Mhm.
party.
Yeah, but these
I
young
like
folks
stuff
do.
in my closet already.
Right.
But some people, and because it's $3.99,
Yeah.
how could I compete with that?
I'm gonna kill them with this.
Yeah. So that's what I'm up against.
Right.
That's what I'm up against. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Now we talked about your daughter. She is now 28.
Mm-hmm.
Having a grown daughter, I know a lot of people may not know, but you are a godparent and you
Mhm.
have been a godparent to many, many kids. So
Mhm.
how do you find time to dedicate to not just your own kid, but somebody else's kid?
God.
Kids
And it's
with
so
S.
easy. It just happens. I don't know how, but yeah, my husband and I are godparents to some beautiful godchildren.
Oh yeah, and yeah. Shout out to Kevin because I be seeing him step up
Beautiful.
too.
And he
That's what's
is
up.
super duper crazy about them god babies. He don't play no game. One of them came by the house last night to bring me a belated birthday gift. But Kevin and I are my first god baby. His name is Perry. Perry is a grown married man with children now.
Mm.
But Kevin and I shared our first godchild together. Her name is Mariah. And I'm glad you mentioned that. You say, "Will you be my baby's godmama? Will you be my baby's godmama?" And when you're young, that sounds cute. You're like, "Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah." But we learned the hard way. We answered the call. Yes, we of course, yeah. Our god baby's mom was 21 or 22, and her dad was about a little younger, a couple years younger than me, maybe. And at the time, and Kevin and I were newlyweds, and we said, "Yeah, we'll be the godparents." Her mom died right after we said that.
Oh, wow.
Here we are, still children and newlyweds with with a little baby, talking about we the godparents.
Now, how old was she at the time?
Mariah, I think, was 3 when her mom passed.
Oh,
Mariah
wow.
is 20 something right now.
Okay.
And we have been hands on with her. College. Godparenting is way more than
Yeah.
cute
And people need to
clothes.
know what that entails.
Yeah,
Stop
yeah.
just saying you somebody
Yeah.
godparent.
That's
You
my
ain't coming
god
up off
baby.
no
When I hear
coins,
people
no
say, "Oh, that's
time,
my
no
god
nothing.
baby," I'm thinking, now what makes that your god baby?
Yeah.
And answering that call and saying, "Yeah, I'll be the god mom, I'll be the god dad." Can you be the
Yeah.
god mom and the god dad? Because the
Mhm.
true meaning of that is, if something was to happen to this mother and father of this child, will you be able to help take care for this child?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you can
Now,
barely
is it
take care
just
of you
our
and your
culture
children,
that does that, or is it other?
no, people are godparents.
Because
All
I've
all
heard
cultures.
Hispanics talk about having godparents, but they utilize godparents for like their quinceañera and things of that nature.
That's when
People
you're
that can help
supposed to. That's
financially.
when okay, and that is not. We don't want to say financially because of course, but that is really like, if something was to happen to me,
Yeah.
can I trust you to take care of my child for me?
Yeah.
And if you are 17 years old and somebody say, "Will you be my baby's godmom?" and you say, "Yeah," you can't take care of yourself at 17. How
But
you
is the
gonna take
family
care of
okay with
somebody's?
that during that time? Like the aunts and the uncles
Yeah,
of
what
that
exactly?
child? No, I'm
Right.
asking you.
Yeah, they are. They've
Okay.
been
Because a
great.
lot of times some people be like, "Who is this lady?
I
You can't
have
take
to
my
say, I have some beautiful. My godchildren's parents are absolutely amazing
Yeah.
with allowing Kevin and I to godparent,
Okay.
and their extended families are just as amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of the things that I enjoy participating in is a lot of themed events that you have. Most women, we like to we want a reason to just put that ish on.
Put it on.
Yeah, and I would tell you, she definitely give us a reason to put that ish on. So, when did that start for you, as far as hosting the sisterhood events and captain teas and the leopard party, the purple party, the red party?
Yeah.
Like you had me really digging in the closet for, and I don't wear
For
red.
which one? For the
For red,
Well, you
yeah.
dug on in there because you showed up, baby.
It was a repeat outfit, but I did a little different.
She showed up, honey. I don't believe it. You went and got that.
Yes, and I
That was
still gotta send you a
cold-blooded.
picture for one that I didn't make it to, but I still put that ish on, so I gotta send you that picture. You gonna crop
send
me
it
in
to
there?
me. You gotta send it to me. So I love themed events, mainly because we get a lot of women don't do well together. Women don't get along. You can't put women together; they messy, and that's true. So a lot of times, men are messy too.
Yeah,
But we are something else. But we can get along, and we can be in rooms together and love each other and be genuine. And it started out. I have this event called the Caftan Tea, and the Caftan Tea is what you mentioned earlier, the moo. Back in the day, we called them moo-moos.
Right.
But actually, a caftan is a garment for a queen. But because our grandma and our mom wore it, it was the house dress, the moo.
Yeah.
I started an event with my mom wore it
We
all the
ain't talk
time.
about the stinking moo-moos either.
No, we talking about shab, honey. Yeah, we talking about shab, but they don't have to cost a lot. That's the good thing. They don't have to cost a lot. They're just beautiful
Yeah.
garment. But my mom wore them around the house. My mom always was pretty around the house. When she took her work clothes off, she didn't throw on a t-shirt. She didn't throw on my daddy's shirt with the hole in it and throw on a
Yeah.
bonnet and all that stuff. My mom took off her work clothes and she was just as pretty in her pajamas and her house clothes.
Yeah.
And that was in her caftan. And I picked that up and I started wearing caftans. So everybody be like, "Oh, Camesha in her caftan." I was like, I'm show them this ain't just no moo. So I started this event called the Caftan Tea. And it started out at home in my house. and I invited 35 women over. And we started out in the front lawn, 35 women in the caftans. And cars were going down the street, stopping traffic. Like, what in the world? All these women, and we were beautiful, made up in muumuus. Oh, wow. Yeah. And so, long story shorter, over the years, that event is now 250 plus women. Oh, wow. Annually. Now, I have not had the caftan tea in a few years, but it's coming back. However, I have started another event called the Floral and Fascinators Tea. And that's when I ask all the ladies to show up in a floral dress and a fascinator. And tea is my favorite drink. So it's the Floral and Fascinators Tea. And I started that after the pandemic because women were ready to put them clothes on. Mm-hmm. We didn't want to wear jeans and gym shoes and jogging suits. We wore that in the house. Right. For 3 months, right. We had on loungewear. We want to put on a gown. We're ready to get dressed. So that's where the Floral and Fascinators Tea came from. And it has been amazing. Women show up and you can't come to my events if you don't have on what I asked you to wear. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she be strict.
Yeah, you can't get in. You save that for your event. This is my event. If you don't like it, you don't come, and I'm fine with that. Because a lot of my girlfriends that don't care for themed events, they don't show up. Right. And I love them. I love them still. Okay. Yeah, and that's fine. But I'd rather you don't show up than to show up in some other stuff.
Yeah. So you be uncomfortable.
Yeah. And what's wrong with showing up like somebody asks you to show up if you can? Yeah. If it's ridiculously hard, how dare you tell me to show up in $1,000 dress? Right. No, you go. Everybody got a flower dress already, for the most part. Right. And if you don't, run up to Ross and grab one. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. Ross definitely have them.
And they have that caftan deals too. $9.99,
$12.99. Yes, we know.
So yeah, I just love women, and I love hosting events with women. I have some amazing girlfriends, with you being one of them. I'm so grateful to have you as one of my. This is bigger than a girlfriend. You're my sister. That's what's up. And when you say, people say, "How long you been doing so and so?" I hate that question because I have to answer.
Sometimes you may not know.
I kind of do sometimes, but I hate to answer it because now it puts you in a we haven't been knowing each other so long. That doesn't, you're not as special. Right. But that's not the case with me and my girlfriends. Yeah. All of them, all so much. Mm-hmm. No matter if I met them 6 months ago or 30 years ago, they're all the same special to me. Yeah. So it puts me in an uncomfortable place when people say, "How long you been knowing her?" That does not matter about how much I love her. Yeah. Yeah. So,
and that's what a lot of women have to learn. A lot of people don't know how to be a friend.
I know.
You got to put some work in. You can't just be utilizing that word, the friend, the sis, here and there, when you really ain't putting no work in. Just because you know this person, that's not your friend.
That's true. And as somebody like me, I'm always having stuff. I got a lot of people always around me. I have to be careful with why people want to be my friend.
Yeah.
I have to be careful with that. I have to know the motives behind it. Mm-hmm. What is this really about? Yep. Mm-hmm. That's when I have to talk to God. Hey, God, is this okay?
Well, sometimes they'll come around and feel like is they got okay just enough.
Yep. Is he okay for me? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Discernment. Mm-hmm.
You definitely got to be careful with
that. That takes years because in the beginning you're like, "Oh, my friend," and then you learn, okay, that was not your friend. Yeah, that was a groupie.
Maybe I agree with that. Yeah. I grew up around. I have 5 older sisters.
Okay,
so we were always kind of each other's friends. But when I call somebody my friend, I really mean that because loyalty is so important to me. And how you encounter some people that just are very quick to just latch on to people. I'm more of a, let me ease into this. Let me kind of feel this out a little bit. And then, I think discernment will tell you what you need to know.
Indeed.
And different experiences and how you encounter people in different seasons too will tell you what you need to know. So I'm big on reciprocity. Give me what I'm giving you. And I don't expect anything per se, but at the same time, I do expect.
No,
something.
everybody got to put some work in.
I get it, but it's not an obligation, is what I'm saying. I don't want to ever feel
like you
those type of relationships where you owe me. If you're genuinely my friend, then you want to you want to. It don't come with nothing. It ain't no strings. It's you want to because you just want to.
That's right.
And likewise. So I think that I just love sisterhood.
Me too. Ooh, me too.
I love it too, child. But you do got to be careful.
You do.
Ooh,
now, you know I
do.
You got.
The funny thing is, some people will come around and think they got or think they have learned so much about you, and I be like, girl, this is a whole lot.
No clue.
You
don't know about
on that blue app.
Yeah,
I told you what I wanted you to
I know. I
know.
post a lot, but you don't know everything about me, child.
You saw me in New Orleans.
Yeah,
you saw me eating catfish.
With a moo-moo
You
on.
don't know me. Yeah, I told you what I wanted you to know.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
I definitely I value friendship, and I wish that more people did the same.
Yeah.
But yeah. So how do you balance being a wife, being a mother, being a friend, being a business owner, godmother?
That's a lot.
Work-life balance.
I don't even know. God.
She's like, I don't know.
Nobody but God.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when I'm driving, I'm thinking, you know how you sitting at a light and you start driving, you like, man, I don't even remember crossing back there.
Right.
Because you got so much going on.
Yeah.
That's God. That ain't nobody but God is taking you from point A to point B to point C, because you're like, man, how did I do that? I wasn't even thinking. I wasn't even in my right mind.
Yeah.
God does it all for me. Everybody asks me all the time, Camesha, how you get to be? How are you there for everybody like that? I don't have the exact answer. God gives me strength that only He can give me. And He helps me and allows me to show up for people. And to answer your question about how I balance, my husband shares a lot of this stuff with me. He's there with me to help me support people. If I can't go, he'll go. If he can't go, I'm going. And we go together.
Love it.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
And thankfully, now that my daughter is of a certain age, she don't want to be too bothered with us anyway. So she doing her own thing. So that helps, but we still have fun as a family. Balancing friendships. I'm telling you, there's nobody but God. Then my mom, I have to be a good daughter.
Yes, we got to talk about mom too.
So my mama, making sure my mom is good. And making sure my husband is good, my house is good. That's so important to me. I'm one thing outside, but my house is more important to me than anything.
Yeah.
Don't let the shoes and coats and shirts fool you. I care more about getting my house dressed than I care about getting myself dressed.
Absolutely.
Because that's where I have to return to. That is my sanctuary. That is my favorite place on earth to be. My favorite place in the world is at home. Yes. And I want home to be amazing for me and my family. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. That is very important.
Yeah.
Because you can't even function in the world anyway.
Right. So you need somewhere to go.
You're out of order.
Yes.
So you need somewhere to go for amazingness.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, with that being said, we will be closing soon. But I want you to leave us with some words of wisdom, great advice, anything.
Stick to itness. You got to have stick to itness. If you don't have that, whatever your passion is or whatever you're going after, and if it's not your passion, leave it alone. Don't do something because somebody else is doing it or because it looks like it's good for them. It has to be something that you want to do and that you love and that's your passion. You can't pick something up. You can't pick up, I want to do this. I want to be a stylist. I want a boutique just for that new purse.
Yeah.
You got to have some stick to itness because there's going to be some days that all those great days where customers are lined up at the door. It's going to be some weeks where you might not even see a customer. And you got to be okay with that. That's what stick to itness comes. That's when it's your passion. Don't fall into nobody else's amazingness. Do what works for you, what's best for you and your life and your everyday. And with that's the best advice I could give.
Absolutely.
And God. I keep saying God because it's all God. God.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how can people contact you at the boutique? Any other services that you are out here offering? And you did not mention that you do interior designing. So she's very great at it. Yeah.
Why not?
I forget all this stuff. I forget. So I do. I dibble and dab in interior design. I just mentioned it a little bit. I like to have my house right. but I like for your house to be right too.
And
I
it's
like
fun.
for other people's
It
houses
should
to
be.
be
It's
right. It's so much fun.
Therapeutic
It
for a lot of
is.
people.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. You can reach me at Personalities Boutique, again, 315 and a half West Madison in Oak Park, about 150 feet east of Ridgeland on Madison. 708-848-MIMI. That's 708-848-MIMI, which is 6464. Yeah, that's where I am Wednesday through Saturday from 1 p.m. until 5:30 p.m. And those hours are crazy like that because I may go back to the classroom.
Good.
So I left me some
Good for
room
you.
to go back to the classroom if I had to.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Now, if you could close us out with CB's famous words. I'm surprised he did not call in today. Let me find out he really got some business today.
Yeah. So, in the words of CB, treat people the way you want to be treated and never give up.
There it is.
Awesome.
All
That's
right.
it. That is it. Thank you for having me. Thank y'all
No
for having
problem.
me.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate you.